To borrow their eyes.
Borrow their eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, new hires.
Okay. Why? Yeah.
New hires, I think, are a great perspective to borrow because they're brand new to the environment, to the team culture, to the restaurant business as a whole.
But Riley, they don't know.
But they're humans.
Sure.
So they know more than you think they do. Eric, back in the studio again. Man.
I thought you were going to say Mr. J's.
I was. I really was going to say Mr. J. But
Hello, Mr. Riley. Rye.
There you go. Now we've got nicknames. We should give
good?
everybody nicknames now.
Perfect. I can't remember everyone's name to begin with. That's something, honestly, like I need to figure out, right? Like there's people that like just they see them once and they know their name.
Oh,
I am so jealous of that.
I wish I could do that. It's weird. Sometimes I have that.
Yeah.
But it's random.
Okay.
It's so random.
Right.
And what helps me, and Haley's really good at this too, she'll say their name.
Yeah.
Like and be like, hi John, nice to meet you. And like look at them.
Yeah.
Good eye contact, and it just
doesn't
helps.
matter. I will literally say hi, Mr. John, and then like 2 seconds later I'm like
Sometimes
how are people good at that?
More that than the other, but like sometimes I'll meet somebody one time and be like, oh yeah. Tyler. Like,
sure.
And nail it.
Yeah. Very rare.
Very few.
Very rare. Like there will be people that have like my same name, right? Or Eric, Derek, Merrick, or whatever. Like, I still don't know, right? Like can we do like someday? We'll have to like I don't know. I have to take a class on that. There you go. I'll put that on my list.
There you go. We'll do a class on memorizing people's names.
Yeah,
there's gotta be some psychology to it.
There's gotta be.
I'm sure we could.
I mean, like having relationships, right? Like that's where I just wish people wore their name tags. I just wish they wore name tags sometimes.
It'd be so much easier.
Yeah, like in life, not just at work.
Right? Just forever.
Like
just always
everybody.
have a name tag.
Should they? Right? Like if you notice, like I have my name on my jacket. Everyone calls me Nick. First, like, do you ever get called anything else but Riley? Oh man, like Eric and Nick, like they can,
really?
like I bet you if I asked Nick the same thing, they would confuse us all the time.
Okay, yeah. No, I've heard it, but it's funny.
I go with it now. Like now, I don't even correct people. Like it's all good, right? Like
that's too funny. That's too funny.
Yeah. Yeah, someday I'll remember all of that. But it's funny because like when you walk into restaurants, right, and you'll see some of the same faces, you'll see some of the same stuff, but a lot of different things stick out to me. Like when I walk into restaurants, right, that maybe I haven't been to for a week or a month, and let's face it, unfortunately, sometimes it's 1 to 2 months, right? Because just with our leadership and our time, and I know that's why we have amazing people that are in the restaurants a lot more. But a lot of things will stick out to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like signage.
And people's faces, and they're warm and they're beautiful, and even customers, right? Like customers will come up to me, and I'm like, I used to be a lot better at this, but now I just don't see people enough, and it makes it really frustrating for me. But that's okay.
Yeah.
But like I said, I guess just walking in a restaurant, like, why do you think it is that I get to see what other people might not see?
Because you don't see it all the time,
right?
You know, it's not your normal environment. You know, you walk through a restaurant and immediately you can be like, okay, that, but you know, the restaurant leadership, the team, it's just been like that, or it's just they've been in that environment that they kind of just block that out. And so today's kind of topic is use borrowed eyes.
Use borrowed eyes.
Borrowed eyes.
It
sounds kind of weird, but I think maybe it'll stick better. Maybe we'll remember borrowed eyes.
Sticky, a sticky saying, borrowed eyes. I like it
because you know, as we're going through and we're doing these things, and we're in our restaurants and we're coaching and we're talking to guests and we're doing all these things, we don't see those things. We just don't. It's just how our brains are wired. It's our environment. But if you are intentional and you say, hey, like, let me borrow Eric's eyes real quick. Yeah. Okay, now I'm looking at places I don't normally look. And now I'm seeing things that I don't normally see, like that piece of tape right there on the floor.
Sure.
It's in the middle of the floor. Yeah. No idea why it's still there.
It does happen.
But it's there.
So can I borrow your eyes?
Absolutely.
Like, do I have to look at your, like, I'm feeling in your eyes, or like, I mean, I'm just thinking a couple different ways, because this can go a couple different directions ultimately, right? Like borrowed eyes, right? Like, okay, Riley, will you walk around my restaurant and tell me what you see, right? Because it's not that I'm blind.
Yes,
it's not that all of a sudden, like, I
can't
just
see.
Right? Yeah. Like I'm looking at the restaurant. I just don't see what you're seeing. So I see two different ways here, but like actually physically having you go through here. And then I've also had it where like, well, what would Riley see if he was here? right? Like what would Riley look at?
Even simpler.
Okay.
Act like a guest.
Mm.
Like
I like
when you
that.
pull up into the restaurant or whatever it is, you're doing your checks.
Yeah.
Just pretend like you are a guest. What do they see?
Sure.
What are they looking at? And
could you go through like the drive-through and order like a guest?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I bet you'll notice some stuff because when you pull up to work, you got your jams on, you got your coffee, whatever your your morning
probably
routine
jam
is.
into our podcast, right?
Yes. They listen to our podcast. They got that listening.
Yeah.
And maybe they just park their car in the same spot that they park it all the time.
You do, don't you?
And then they walk into the restaurant, head down, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And they walk past 3 full garbage cans and litter all over the lot
Sure.
because they just didn't see it.
But they just didn't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they saw it, they'd do something about it.
That's interesting though, like just from a guest perspective. And I think that's where, like for my sake too, like when I'm in the restaurants, I don't want to say I'm a guest, but I almost treat like my experience like a guest, right? Like I'm ordering some food, I'm walking around, I'm looking in the bathrooms, right? Like I'm treating it from that guest experience first.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of guest feedback too.
Yeah.
But sometimes I don't know, right? Like I hear like people they don't know. So looking at it from their eyes and having the actual like physical experience, like maybe all of a sudden we can connect those dots. Like, hey, guests are saying we're not nice. Guests are saying maybe we're not clean. Like guests are saying, maybe we're super friendly. Maybe guests are complimenting us and saying, hey, this is amazing, right? Like now all of a sudden we can almost go in with intentionality too from that guest perspective.
Absolutely. And I think part of it is, at least with the guest feedback, how relevant and how recent are you looking?
Sure.
Because if you're looking at, like, say, 3 months of comments, you're going to be all, like, obviously it's not ideal. Like, we want to get more consistent.
Yeah.
But what is does it lean one way or the other? And how, like, if you're trying to fix one thing, look at, like, the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What do those comments say? And that'll tell you what you need to focus on.
Right.
Walk the restaurant thinking of those things as you're walking. And
And I think from when you're talking about just like as a leader of your restaurant, manager, GM, even our crew team that are listening to us, like depending on the shifts you're working too might dictate how you're looking at things.
Yeah.
Because do you have the same standard, right? Do you have that same family standard when you walk in at, say, 6 or 7 a.m.?
Yep.
6, 7. I don't think that's a thing anymore. Is that what it is? Yeah. So if you're walking in at 6 or 7 a.m. versus, say, 6 or 7 at night.
Yeah.
Because you might get, and I hate it when it happens, but you get 2 different experiences.
Yep. I was just, that's what I was trying to get at earlier, and I couldn't figure out how to say it.
Oh, sure.
Is like the inconsistencies within one restaurant.
Yep.
Like, how do you go, like, you read those comments like, cleanest restaurant ever, this, that, and the other, it's fantastic, service is great. And then another comment's like, worst restaurant ever, worst McDonald's ever. It's like, what are we?
Well, and I think when you read that, that's once again, that's your feedback, and it's hard, right? Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to hear because we pour our heart and souls into our business. Like, I don't care who you are. I think that the people that we have on our team will literally pour their hearts and souls into what we do. Like McDonald's people care. Right, like I will take that to my grave. I think our people care. I've never worked a lot of different businesses, but I can feel it. But I think sometimes then we see that feedback and we're like, no, not my restaurant. But are we working and are we taking it
using borrowed eyes? To actually go see those things.
Yep. So Riley, you mentioned seeing restaurants and our teams from maybe a guest perspective. Are there other perspectives that you would encourage us to take a peek at? To borrow their eyes?
Borrow their eyes? Yeah. New hires.
Okay. Why? Yeah.
New hires, I think, are a great perspective to borrow because they're brand new to the environment, to the team culture, to the restaurant business as a whole.
But Riley, they don't know.
But they're humans.
Sure.
So they know more than you think they do.
Yeah.
They know how a team will work together. One shift you can tell, is this going to be fun or is this going to be, a headache?
Right.
How is the training? Am I getting trained? Like those little things.
Yeah.
Is the restaurant clean? I want to work in a clean space.
Yeah.
Like, am I seeing those things and do they match up with what I'm expecting?
Right. Well, and I think there's a lot to be said for having those new hire conversations that we probably take for granted
feedback from
a lot. Yeah. Because we have some new members on our team, right, from a leadership standpoint. And, I'm trying to be a little bit more of like, how do we check in with them? right? We've got Gerardo, who just started as our newest GM in one of the locations. Claudia, who just started in one of our locations. So last week I went and saw Claudia, right? Like next week I'm going to intentionally go and see Gerardo and say, okay, like, what's your feedback? What do you enjoy about the organization? What do we do that you don't want to do?
You're borrowing his eyes.
I'm going to look to borrow his eyes, but with the intentionality of trying to be better, right? And take what they're learning. Because usually it'll be like, oh, Eric, everything's fine.
Yeah, sugarcoat it like...
Great answer. I like it. Glad everything's fine.
Yeah.
But like, what isn't?
We're so happy everything's good. Everything's great. What would be even better? How could it be even better? Like, it's already great, and we appreciate that. we are great. Yeah. We are world class.
But there's a lot of room for the better.
There's always room.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I like what you brought up with the new hires, because I think it is, like you said, we bring in, and hopefully less and less as we improve our turnover. And I know that that's the goal, right? To keep lowering our turnover. Yeah. So as we hopefully have less and less, but those new hires and their opinions are going to be so much more valuable. Like, and then we wonder why they maybe quit after day 3. Well, we don't know what the training was like if we didn't talk to them on day 1, 2, or 3, right? So we can't just expect that these things are happening without having the conversations. And I like it because they are going to see things that we've never seen. Let's be honest, they might smell things that we've never smelled. They might see things we've never seen. They might hear things that we've never heard, right? Like all of these senses all of a sudden can really come into play.
And I want to go backwards a little bit because you had said it too. Sometimes we take feedback personally, right? Like,
sure.
Oh my gosh. Yep. But if somebody's offering you new feedback, or they smelled something or whatever the example is, we as leaders have to be like, okay, let me take a look. Let me investigate. Right. Let me see what this is about. Yeah. Instead of being like, no, Riley would never say that to you. Like Riley would never tell you to go watch Fries or whatever it is. I'm making sense.
No, it's true. But like, what if the bathrooms had a little bit of a smell to them? What if the people on the shift that you don't primarily work aren't being friendly to each other? What if they're treating people like whatever?
As a leader, I would want to know that.
Yeah.
Like, tell me that stuff. Yeah. Like that way I can borrow your eyes and I can challenge myself to address it.
So Riley, we've talked a little bit about guests and their eyes. We've talked about new hires and theirs. Anyone else's eyes we can borrow?
Well, I could say your consultants or
sure, right? Your leader, us,
us, like
yours.
Let us help you.
Yeah.
What is that? It's like help me help you.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
But also our inspectors, the other systems that we have or the visits that we get from McDonald's, like those are the eyes. Those are pretty important eyes.
Yeah,
that's their whole deal.
We brought in John, right? John visited us at our last meeting, and he's an extra pair of eyes. He's borrowed eyes. And what's funny is one of the reasons, and I never told you this, Riley, but one of the reasons that we brought him in was because people were saying, well, they're just trying to make us look bad. They're just like maybe John and the team or whatever, like the McDonald's inspectors, they're maybe not giving us as great of a score as we'd like. And but no, they're just seeing what they see,
right?
Like they're like, I get it. You might think you're always asking if we're using the mobile app, but like let's face it, the one time he wasn't, out of say the 700 customers, he didn't get asked,
right?
It's a miss is a miss.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden we're bringing in borrowed eyes, but we weren't trusting it. So connecting those dots though, like having John come and explain like what they are looking for and that we're on the same team and these inspectors, right? Like, because when you say inspector, like, right? Like you just have that feeling. But bringing John in and connecting those dots and saying, hey, we are one team, one fight, like, McDonald's is there to support us. Like we have the arch on our building and they allow us to have the arch on the building. And yes, we pay to have the arch on the building, but they're giving it to us because they want to support us and they're bringing people in to make sure that we're doing exactly what we should be doing so we can indeed be successful. So I think just that feedback and those borrowed eyes is really, really impactful. So when we have those inspectors come in, taking it and listening to it and trusting it is so vitally important.
Yeah, you really have to trust it and not take it like personally. And I also would venture to say it's a lot of the small stuff, that can add up, in the borrowed eyes sense. Yep. Like it might be a small thing here, a small thing there, a small thing there. Not necessarily like a monumental. Yeah. Because if it was a big thing, hopefully you would catch it. Right. Yeah. Hopefully your eyes would do it. But it's all these little incremental things that stack. And if somebody doesn't speak up or somebody doesn't say something, it could get to a point where it's, okay, now we're failing stuff or, we're having more conversations about these topics when it really is just borrowed eyes. It's like, see what other people don't see.
Well, that's true. I mean, I can walk in. I was at the GM meeting, and guess what POP was up? Were you there? Were you at the beverage training?
I think I was, and I think I caught you saying something to somebody.
We had it was
old Happy Meals.
We had an old Happy Meal display, and it was funny because we literally had 20 of our leadership team members there. And literally the Crocs POP was still up, but we're on Mario. But the Mario one was right next to it.
we're making fun of signage a couple episodes back. If you want to
absolutely
see why signage is so important.
Signage matters. But it was so funny because they all walked past it.
Because POP is just blind to them.
Yeah.
They're doing their thing.
And it's not that I'm any different than anybody. I saw it. Mm-hmm. I was walking in intentionally as a customer, as whatever. I'm like, hey, if my kids want to go get a Happy Meal, which one are they getting?
Oh.
They can get both. They can get both here. They can get Crocs and Mario. It's great.
Nice. That's
but I think just don't be afraid of the borrowed set of eyes. Don't be afraid of asking and looking for and taking those different perspectives, right? Challenge yourself to walk into the restaurant as a guest, right? Or challenge yourself even at home, right?
Yeah.
Whatever that looks like.
For sure.
Because I think we can do this all over the place. We're so great at least I am, and I think you've mentioned this before, but I'm so great at going to another restaurant. Regardless, not a McDonald's, but just this, never at my place. Mm-hmm. And it's it's borrowed eyes for them.
Yeah.
And that guest feedback. So, but anyways, I just absolutely love the topic around that because we just have blinders sometimes.
Yep, blinders. Yeah. And I think what helps with getting rid of those blinders too is share what you find when you have borrowed eyes. So we talked about John coming in, and he's sharing these things with us, with the team, so that we all can learn from it. So do the same with your team. When you come in as a guest and you borrow the guest's eyes for 30 minutes and you're walking around, be like, hey, check this out. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah. And I know we're looking to wrap up, but the one key point that I would say before we go is when we're having some conversations, even with our shift managers, right? When we're doing the travel pass and the pre-shifts, that's where all of a sudden we can bring a lot of that information in our manager meetings and say, okay, manager is catching this, manager B is catching that, manager C is really good at catching this. But that's where I think to connect your dots, right, is that's where we can have these conversations. And we can say, okay, what is everyone seeing? And we can even brainstorm that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Let's pull out the board and say, okay, what are you seeing? What are you seeing? What are you seeing on things that we want to fix? And then ultimately create some systems and routines, right? What's the next step? Create some systems and routines to make sure that you can start fixing those little things before they become those big things.
And make all shifts consistent.
Yeah.
So your customer feedback that is a gift, is trending in that direction. There's always gonna be little things, but you're gonna see that difference in your team, in your guests, and your results.
Yep. And if you're always ready, you don't have to get ready.
Heck yeah.
So, yeah, good. Borrowed eyes.
Borrowed eyes.
I'm gonna remember that now.
It's a good one.
It's an idea to stick.
Yes.
Borrowed eyes. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks guys for listening. We will see you next week. Listen, learn, lead.
Thanks for joining us on Buns, Burgers, and Big Ideas. We hope today's episode inspired fresh ideas for your leadership journey. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and keep learning with us as we continue to explore leadership in the QSR world. Until next time, take care and lead well.